It's got to feel good to start your season off this way.
Yeah, it feels real good. Prior to losing Scotty, that was a big loss. We took it in a negative way, but we had a guy who was ready and willing to step in and take his spot. Sean Fitzgerald, he came out and he had a hell of a game. He had some nice catches, you guys seen down the field, some nice blocks, and he just filled the void. Like, he made everything work. So having 6 catches, involved everyone, blocking, quarterbacks, receivers running the right routes, and, me and the quarterback having a good communication with each other. So 6 catches means a lot.
Travis, how did it feel when you guys fell behind, and how do you like the way the team responded?
We definitely fell behind, but I think our team responded really well. I don't think we had no doubt that we weren't going to win this game. We always had high confidence, and we just needed to make bigger plays, and that's what we ended up doing in the second half.
Talk about those bigger plays. You had 2 passes over 50 yards.
That was really great. I think that was something we lacked last year. We didn't really have that many big plays, so to get these big plays down the field is definitely good for drives, and set up us well for touchdowns. So.
Can you talk about the one that had Drez? Just what happened on that one? Your guys were kind of down and out at that point.
That was definitely a big play. I saw the guy come down. I saw Drez wide open, and Drez went up and made a nice catch, and it really changed the momentum in that third quarter. So.
Anything else for Anthony? Anthony, go. Thanks.
Travis, can you talk about Carl's performance in the second half, getting those tough yards?
Carl did a great job. He's a hard runner. He puts his pads down, and he really just gets what he needs to get done. And he's going to be a great back for us this year. I can't wait to watch the rest of the season and watch him play.
Carl, can you talk about your performance, and did you feel a little bit of redemption, especially after that fumble, coming back and getting a touchdown?
I kind of, I knew I didn't want to get down on myself when I did that, but I knew Coach Erickson and the other offensive coaches had faith in me, and they gave me the opportunity, a second chance, and I knew when I had that second chance, I needed to take advantage of that and do the right things and run the ball the right way. So definitely, I had sort of a redemption in my head.
Can this is for anybody, just speak to what the game felt like out there? Did it feel like the big rivalry that had built up into?
It was definitely a tough game. There was no question about it. We were grinding throughout the whole game, and their defense played great, so did their offense. But I think we wanted it more in the second half, and that's the reason why we won.
Jake, will you talk about that onside kick and the way that seemed to flip the mo in you guys' favor?
We've been practicing that during the week, and heard that the coaches were going to call it, and Andy's executed it perfectly every time in practice. And when he did that, it kind of just turned the momentum. Obviously it's a big play; it's equivalent to a turnover. That just got our blood flowing. Not that the other stuff didn't, but that seemed like a little turning point to us. And all the credit goes to Andy and the kickoff team, and it was just an awesome play, probably the biggest play in the game.
Anything else for Travis? Thanks, Travis. Anything else for Carl Williams?
Yeah, Carl, after last year, what does this do to not only start the season with a win, but get revenge after last season?
It opens up the doors to the rest of the season being a great season. Last year I think that kind of set the momentum for last season. That loss, we kind of had a negative attitude on the team last year. This definitely will get us off to the right start, especially coming in this next week with Weber State. We just got to come out right and get another second win and keep moving on forward from this.
Andy, how did it feel to hit that first 45-yard field goal?
It felt good. I did PATs and done a few kickoffs, and so that was the first real big test for me. But it kind of calmed me for the rest of the game and gave me a lot of confidence going into those next 2 field goals that I hit.
And then that right into an onside kick.
Yeah, when Coach Hill made that call, it was definitely nerving, but at the same time, like Jake said, we'd executed it well in practice, and so it was something that I had confidence in, and the kickoff unit had confidence in as well.
Did you ever envision playing this big of a role in your first game ever in a heated rivalry game? Just talk about your emotions.
To be honest, it's a little surreal. I can't believe the game's over and this has actually happened. but yeah, you know, I didn't realize how big of an impact, you know, something like an onside or a field goal could make, and so, you know, I Coach Hill and Coach Whittingham always say, you know, execute your roles, and I just came out with that attitude to execute my field goals, my kickoffs, and I did that, and it helped us out.
Right after you made your field goal, what were your emotions when, hey, you got to do an onside kick now? I mean, what was going through your mind?
I mean, to be honest, I was excited. I was thrilled because, you know, I'd wanted to call it all game, and obviously that's Coach Hill's call, and he saw the opportunity, and so when he called it, I was just excited because I knew that we could pull it off, and you know, it didn't go as planned. I'm supposed to recover that kick, but you know, Carl did a great job of coming up behind me and making a play on the ball.
Did you get hurt on that play at all?
Yeah, I took a helmet to the shin, just a little bang, but you know, nothing bad.
Andy, what does it mean to you to get the game ball in the season opener?
You know, I'm coming into this game. Like I said, I just had the attitude of executing my role, and today it was the difference in the game. You know, as far as putting up field goals and turning the momentum around. But it's an honor, especially my first game ever. You know, this game is long, and there are a lot of ups and downs. But you know, like I said, without the team, none of that would have happened. And so, as much as I'd like to take credit for the game ball, I think it goes out to the whole team.